What can 160 years of experience teach you about the future? A lot, especially when it comes to protecting what matters. At Pacific Life, we've helped people and businesses confidently embrace the future with life insurance, retirement income, and employee benefits. With strategies built on strength and trust, and a promise to be here for you today and tomorrow. Ask a financial professional how Pacific Life can help you today. Pacific Life Insurance Company, Omaha, Nebraska, and in New York. Pacific Life and Annuity, Phoenix, Arizona.
People start to realize our differences aren't as big as they seem.
I couldn't really understand the magnitude of what was going on.
I know a lot of people were affected.
You know, it's still that divide.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network and Wish TV, this is Our City, Our Voice.
You look a lot different at it.
Everybody was kind of spinning about what it was and what was happening.
Everything's changed.
Everything's changed. Presented by the National Bank of Indianapolis.
Another installment of the Crown Hill Speaker Series is taking place tomorrow night. That free event delves into one of the darkest moments in American history, the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre. Joining us this morning, we have Jeannie Regan-Dinius, the Director of Historic Preservation for the Crown Hill Foundation. Good morning to you, Jeannie.
Morning. Thank you for inviting me.
No problem. I know it's a dark topic, but it's important that we shed a light on it. So,
definitely.
For those who don't know, let's delve into that 1921 massacre and give people a bit of background on how this is still relevant today.
Great. So in the 1921, there was a thriving black community in Tulsa, Oklahoma. There were some events that led to a massacre of over 200 people. Some estimates are even up into the 600s that were killed. The downtown was what they called Black Wall Street was destroyed, and there were mass graves. So then the city of Tulsa, more recently in the last 3 to 5 years, has been working with a community advisory group to unearth those human remains, find these individuals, find out who they are, and give them identity, and then give them individual burials. And so we're bringing them into to Indianapolis to talk about this. And for Crown Hill Cemetery, it's deeply important that we find people's individualities and their histories as we do research in our own cemetery. And so this ties in nicely to the research that we're doing and lessons that we can learn from Crown Hill Cemetery and on this research.
Now, the most important part of this is that you're having a discussion tomorrow night on this. The public is welcome to that discussion. And the big thing that you're going to discuss, points that explain why this is important, mainly closure for those families and how maybe other communities in similar situations, because there are communities like this all over the country, that can be inspired to make the change.
Exactly, and it's about remembering our history and doing better in the future. And so the talk is going to bring in a bioarchaeologist who's an archaeologist who studies human remains, the state archaeologist of Tulsa, and a descendant of the community. And they're going to do a panel discussion about the reclamation of these human remains, the interpretation, why interpretation matters, and then some of the points that Indianapolis can learn from this as we find human remains across the city or in other cemeteries across the state.
Now, what people don't understand who have never seen a process like this work before, it's a very emotional time because the family members during these situations, they do get a time to actually have a moment of silence and recover the remains, yes, and then decide, okay, this is what we're going to take them and be transported. And so it is a partnership between those families and the organization involved.
Exactly, 100%. The city of Tulsa has been doing a great job of working with a professional archaeologist and the bioarchaeologists who are going to help identify these individuals, but working closely with the community for genealogy, for information about the individuals that might help identify them, and then deciding interpretation and final resting place for these people.
Another fact that a lot of people may not know, many people don't even know until they get the phone call from the archaeologist, hey, we believe through genealogy records, this may be a loved one.
Exactly. And so it's helping people find their histories, because a lot of people don't talk about their family genealogy at the dinner table. And so this is a way for them to say, oh, I didn't know I had a descendant there. I didn't know that they were part of this incident. And let's then now give them a headstone, proper burial, and a memorial.
So the timing of it, of course, Black History Month, and on the last day at that. So it just drives home the point. It's never too late to speak out and make a difference. So what do you hope people are leaving that discussion with as we wrap up the month?
So, and it's important all throughout the year, regardless of what month it is, but it did kind of fit nicely into Black History Month. We hope that when people leave, they understand why interpretation matters, why bringing people together and bringing in a community organization matters, and maybe some lessons that we can learn here in the city to move forward on different projects here in the city.
Absolutely, and hopefully people will take away that they can also start this project in their community, because there's tons of history that has been built over and uncovered.
Exactly.
So with that, let's talk about the event itself. It's taking place tomorrow night, Indiana Landmarks, Central Avenue. It starts at 6 p.m. and it is free, like I mentioned before. Any community member is welcome, so long as you register in advance. Jeannie Regan-Dinius, thank you so much, my friend, for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Discover more at wishtv.com. And when you follow Wish TV on Facebook, check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.